Welcome back. I'm Bruce Wilson, the old dude at the Old Dude Ranch. Just kind of refresh everybody's memory. I'm doing a horse series on Blue. I was crazy enough to advertise for the wildest, most raunchiest, meanest horse out there to see if I could train it and show you guys how to train it. I do it for two reasons. I love horses. Uh, I just love to help people. I don't charge generally for anything. I'm just out here to help people love their horses. This is part 5. I've got 4 more videos, and sorry about the videos. I don't know what I'm doing on videos. I don't have a clue. I'm not here to famous on YouTube. Heck, nobody wants to see this old man. Um, I'm here to show you the time and the patience it takes to take a highly reactive wild horse who won't even let you get in the pen with him to see how far we can take him and show him the love. He's a great horse. I'm really getting to like this horse. He's got a huge heart. He doesn't want to be mean and wild or reactive uh, because that's in him. He just doesn't know how to behave. He doesn't know how to do better. I still believe there's no bad horses, just bad trainers, and or people don't put the time in with their horse. So here we're going to work on a little bit of sending left and right. He's still not very good at this. This is kind of I've been working at night, so I can't show you every video, but I'm making these long with multiple days when I can, especially Saturdays and Sundays. I I point. You see, he doesn't want to go. I have to spank the ground ahead of him. I have to get in front of the drive line, send him the other way. I look at his rear end to yield it, get him the other way, and you can see he just does not want to be in control. He doesn't want me close to him still, doesn't like me. Anytime I put energy to him, he stops thinking. So we're just sending him left and right. The more turns you can put in a horse, the more times you can uh, get him to think. Now you see, I was having problems with him, so I'm going to make him move his feet. We're just going to continue to lunging. I'm not going to do a ascending and pattern. I'm going to put his feet. Now I'm going to make him to turn again on the lunge line. I'm going to remind him that, remember when we were lunging and I made you turn on lunging? That's all I'm doing, but in a shorter, more controlled pattern. So we're drawing the lunging in from lunging down into more of a sending exercise along the fence. I want him to be able to I want to be able to point, clock if he doesn't go, and then I'll spank. Point, clock, point, clock. And that's more what I was doing, lunging. But now I'm going to tighten up that to more of a sending pattern where I can do it in a tight pattern off the lunge. Point. There he goes. Whip out ahead of him if I have to. Pass the whip underneath really helps. If you pass underneath the rope over top, but I don't care. Whatever works for you. I'm not, heavens. I can't spell worth anything. I was hooked on phonics as a kid, and I still can't spell phonics, so it doesn't really matter. And yes, I did go through phonics. Rapid reading. Try to get him to yield. He doesn't want to. I'm going to ask. I'm going to tug. I'm going to yank, pop, bump, bump. I'm going to yield. He doesn't want to. So what are we going to do? We're going to send him. Let him put some energy. If you don't want to behave yet, let's go. You want to be wild and reactive, then let's go. There, cut him off, turn him. There, now he remembers he's got to turn from lunging. Put some energy in him. Put some energy. There we go. Now he turned. Made him yield that rear end. There, now even though he's reactive, he's starting to think. And you notice how it got worse, and that's how it goes. They get better, get worse. It's not the first time we've worked on this. Point, clock, yeah, I like that. See how he's walking this time? Oh, no, I looked at that rear end. He wasn't ready for that. Get out ahead of him. I'll whip the whip. I'll put some energy back in him. So there he went from walking to running. There he's back to walking. There he's back to a little bit of trot. Trying to get him to yield. Nope, won't yield. So we're going to put some energy. He doesn't want to mind. Make him move those feet. I only make him move the feet of what it takes. I don't sit there and run him for hours or do this or do that. I don't want to get him any hyper than he has to. Bump, bump, bump. I'm yielding the rear end. I'm pointing at it. He moved it away, so I'm going to walk away. I'm going to give him a break. I'm going to come back in and desensitize him. He's getting hot. Let's desensitize him. Let's rub it away. I'm going to point, cluck. If I have to, I'll spank, but I don't want him to move that far. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I'm going to point the other way. That's exactly what I wanted. Yield the rear end. Look at that rear end from yielding. Point. Point. He doesn't want to go. I kind of like that because he's wanting to come to me. He knows from all circle driving and lunging, the final relief point is my body. Now I'm teaching him for the first time. Your relief point isn't always my body. Sometimes it's walking in the direction I want you to go to. So I love that he tried to approach me. I love that he wanted to turn into me. Because he's trying to learn now. He's trying to think. He's trying to understand, where is my relief point? There, I yield to rear end, and where's my relief point? See, try turn in. I'm like, nope, I want you to turn the other way. But he's trying to figure it out. I look at that rear end. Oh, he flipped it. I love that. That was beautiful. Look at that rear end. He flipped it. I love that. Now I'll give him a little bit of relief. Send him over. Look at that rear end. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. Look at that rear end. See how he steps to me? I love that. I'm going to try to still send him. No, he doesn't want that. He wants to come in. I'm not letting him come in much right now. See how he doesn't like that? So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to move the feet again. That's what he does. He gets tired of the drill. And I probably should have given him a break there and rubbed it away, because that desensitizing moment is a good thing. So I probably did a bad thing right there. I should have let him come in. I should have rubbed it away a little bit first, because that's what he was looking for, help. He was getting better. So my mistake. So what I got to do, I got to start all over again here, put some energy back in him, and teach him where that relief point is. He doesn't learn from anything but the release of pressure, and I didn't give him at the right time. That's how important it is to give it. There. Now he did it. Now I'm giving him a little relief, letting him walk it out. And I want his relief point in this to be the walk. I don't want it to be me. Yield the hindquarters. Point. Yield the hindquarters. I love how he stepped up to me there. Yield the point. Little energy. Had to move the whip just a titch. You notice I didn't move it much, because he wants the relief point. And I want to teach him his relief point this time is walking, not coming up next to me. I could let him come up to me. I'm okay with that if you do that. But I'm really trying to teach him that it's okay for him to stand. And if he stands quiet out there at a point, that's his relief point. I've worked so hard to get his relief point at me that it's kind of hard to let him know that you can have a relief point away from me. Your relief point is if you walk. Yield the hindquarters. He's coming up to me. I'm okay with that, but I'm going to send him slowly and gently, because I don't want him to teach him bad habit that isn't a relief point. Yield the hindquarters. Point. Now he's starting to get sticky feet because he's tired of this, so I got to put some energy back. He got tired. Well, many horses will do that. They get tired of the exercise. They're done. They want a relief point. See how he's turning into me? He still wants a relief point. I'm like, I'm not going to give you one until I ask. There's your relief point. There's your relief. That's what I want right there. I want you to be able to walk in a circle when I point. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to understand. I love that. This is new. This is different. We've done a little bit of circle driving, which I had to do to get him on a lung, but To him, this is a whole new exercise. Sending exercise is a wonderful exercise. Bump, bump, bump. He was going off a little too much, so I bumped it in. Now I point, let him walk. Let him walk. That's his relief point. Yield the hindquarters. Point, point, yield, and relief. There you go. A little too far, but notice how close he is to me now. Notice how he's coming in more to me. And he's obeying my commands at a closer distance, from a lunge to a actual sending exercise that's closer. He's getting more comfortable being in my space. Bump, bump, bump. I don't like how he's not straight. There we go. Now I'm going to let him have a rest. Finally. Here he goes. He did what I asked. Now I'm giving him the relief he's been looking for the whole time. He's standing there. I'm standing there. And he's standing away from me. He didn't have to come in for that relief point that I've taught him. I want him to be able to stand wherever I leave him. That's fantastic for him. He did a great job. And so what am I going to do? At least 15 seconds sometimes on some of these reliefs. Sometimes 5, sometimes 15. Sometimes I want him to know that you do what I want, you can have relief. Now I'm going to slowly send him off. I'm going to yield. And perfect. He faced me just like I wanted. Point. See if he'll let him stand side. That's what I want right there. Now he's standing sideways for his relief point. He's learning that if I have him, if I'm not putting pressure, he can stand still away from me. I'm not driving him. I'm not moving him. Point. He goes off. Look at that hind quarter. I yield. Bump a little bit here. Get him square. Point the other way. Yield. I look beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Point. Yep. Yep. That's the relief I'm looking. See how slow he's going? He's no longer running around the arena, wanting to drag. He's connecting with what I want him to do. He's stopping, looking if that's the relief point he wants. He's trying to see what I want. And I'm like, okay, yep, that's where I want you a little closer. Right there is where I want you to stand. And yes, if you do that, I will let you stand there. How wonderful is that? So this reactive horse, who's hot, doesn't let you in, is now starting to bond with me. Not only connecting when you're round pen and you lunge, but now I can do some sending and ask him to stop anywhere I want. And he's getting used to my pointing, and just like we were in the lunging and the round pen, he's getting used to yielding. See that? I can control him at a distance. I can, and that's the whole point: is be able to control him out, be able to control him tight, and give him the relief he's looking for. And now I'm just going to stand there. I'll sing to my songs and to my music, and he just gets to stand there. Awesome. Awesome. Yield. So nice. There we go. Yield. Point. Had to help him just a little bit. Yep, there we go. Now see, he's starting to trot. He's starting to forget. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to yield him. I'm going to try to cut him down quick. He was doing good. I got to cut him down a little bit quicker. Nice. I'm going to rub it all away. Ha! Where have you seen this before? How many times have I rubbed her away with a stick and string? Huh? How many times? This is his relief, so I'm going to let him stand there, and now I'm going to rub it away with the stick and string. So all that whipping and all that charging and all that energy is out of him. Rub it all away. And he's standing there. He found his relief. He found where I wanted him. I point, he's stepping up, but look how slow he's going. Look how in control he's going. That's what I love. He's trying to figure it out. Notice how harder it is for me to send him. He wants to. Going back to the concrete feet, right? I love concrete feet, especially on a reactive horse. Now, if he was a dog and slow moving and not reacting and no energy, then I want energy. I don't want concrete feet. But for him, you got to know your horse. Love concrete feet. I used to do concrete. It's horrible. I got so sick of concrete and asphalt. Yeah, did asphalt for years. When I first said somebody, my uncle was doing asphalt. I thought asphalt was a bum disease. I didn't know. And I learned to hate that. I learned to hate concrete. And I was stupid enough to go into mechanical engineering. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all work. Okay, there's his relief point. Rub it away. Now he's doing slower drills, slower motions, more rubbing it away, more relief. That's what we're after. Now I'm going to rub his feet. I've been working his feet. I'm going to go back to his feet. He still has feet issues, so while he's standing there, yeah, in some of the other videos, I worked his feet. So now we're just going to rub his feet. Going to do the fronts, going to do the rears, going to do his bum, go down the tail. I want wherever I rub on his feet or his body, that's relief. See him kick that back foot? See him kick that back foot? He's still not very good with his back foot. But that's all right. I want me rubbing his back foot as a relief point. If he had taken off, I'd put energy in him, right? Going right back. Approach and retreat. Approach and retreat. Approach and retreat. So see, you can work these drills all together. You can do a combination. And it's also the refresher because I've already touched his feet with the stick and string. So while he's resting, I'm going to go back and just refresh some of the drills we've already worked with him on his feet, rubbing his feet, because we want to get where we can pick up his feet, and we want to get where he's used to me handling his feet and having things rub up against his feet. Remember, we threw the rope over his back. I threw him around his hind feet. I threw the rope around his front feet. You know, all this in preparation. Now, I'm going to ask him now he's had a chance to stand and relax. Let's ask him. But look how much better at this is. There, he turned on his own. He anticipated I was going to send him the other way before I was even ready. Beautiful. Beautiful. He's really trying to figure it out. For this horse, that's a fantastic sign. You can see how he's thinking. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to rub it away. Rub the other side away. Rub the right side away. Now I'm going to rub the left side away. Or rub the left side and the right. I don't even mind left and right. What am I doing? I'm trying to make a video. But I'm going to rub it away. I'm going to rub his feet. I'm going to rub his feet. I'm going to rub him everywhere, just like I have before. Do it on one side, do it on the other. You know, just the progress this horse has made from the day he came just blasting out of the trailer to you couldn't touch him, you couldn't put a halter, you couldn't get in the pen with him, to being able just to do a sending exercise and have this control and being able to rub his feet at all with the stick. That goes a long way. I'm just so proud of him. Yeah, it has taken time. It didn't happen, you know. What am I in, my 5th week now? And here we are, the 5th week, and I'm just this far. And yeah, I've had horses, I've been this far in a day or 2 days. But, you know, I go at the pace of the horse. And every horse is different. Every horse has their own personality. But I'm going to go at the pace he wants. I don't want to ruin him. I don't want to push him. See, look at me rub the back feet. He didn't move, didn't kick a flies. That's what I want. Oh, there he kicked a little bit. He had enough. Baby steps. Don't. The whole purpose of this videos is to show you can take a horse that is wild, that is, most people wouldn't even put the time in. I applaud the gal for putting the time in this horse. It's just fantastic. But if you take baby steps, don't get in a big hurry. My dad always said, "Don't, Bruce, don't get in a big hurry." Whatever I did, working on cars, don't get in a big hurry. I'm going to tell everybody, don't get in a big hurry. Don't bypass any of the steps. If you go too far, go back. Take the time it needs. Some horses it'll be a couple days. Some days, listen, man, 5 weeks and I've only got this far. People say, oh, that's not very good. I don't care. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here to help show you. All right, let's move on. This is the first time he's ever seen a bridle. She brought me a bridle, so look at that. It's a new color. It's a new object. Look at him. That's how he was when I would even walk into the pen. He wouldn't even let me get that close. It's scaring the daylights out of him. That thing, it might as well be a crocodile trying to eat his face. So what do? Approach and retreat. Approach and retreat. Now I'm shaking it. I put some noise in it. Shake, 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 rattle, 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 put some noise, put some energy, just like I always act crazy. I don't sneak up on a horse, even this wild one. I'm getting to a point now, the more crazy I can be around him, the more he's not taking off. He's a little cautious. And look, the minute I put it up there, he lowered his head and said, okay, thank you. Because he knows that's the point I've taught him of his retreat, of his safe spot. Now I retreat, I'm going to shake it and put the energy. Noise, the shake of the bit. It's all driving me crazy. The colors. That's my phone going off. Sorry about that. But this is what's going on. But everything I do, whether it was a lead rope, whether it's a halter, approach and retreat, start at step one all over again. Because everything I bring out there doing is new. It's scary. And my job is to introduce every object I can. Now here goes my crazy dance again. I love my dance. It's making a lot of noise. I'm here to scare him. Look at him, look at me like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Yeah, I am an idiot. I'm a nerd. I'm an idiot. I'm an engineer, mechanics. I love my hot rods. My son and I love working on hot rods. But yeah, be crazy. Be silly. Have fun. Now I'm really picking up the energy. I'm being stupid. Yeah, I want him to know. Now I'm swinging it and I'm yelling and I'm screaming and I'm acting like craziest kid on the block. But what do I like? He's standing there. He's a little bit nervous, but he's standing there. What happened? You think would happen if I take that bridle and walk up and try to put it on him? Yeah, I'll tell you what would happen. He'd go crazy. So, spend the time. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay, thank you. Notice how he lowered his head into the bridle, like, oh, okay, you're not going to hurt me as scary as you were. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm going to give him a heart attack out here while I'm shaking him. Heart attacks are free. Give your horse one today. There he goes. There, right up to him with the bridle. I'm going to rub it all away with the bridle. All that craziness, rub away with the bridle. See, that bridle's your safety net, boy. That bridle's your safety net. And I want to get used to the bridle. I asked her to bring her own bridle in because I want him to get used to the bridle. We're going to train in the bridle she's going to ride in, the bridle he's comfortable with. So that's, I let her bring her own bridle, what she likes to use, what she wants to use. I recommend one that's got a little bit longer rein, but I'm okay with a single piece clip-on rein. I don't mind them. But sometimes I like when I'm standing in a saddle, I want that the rein to come all the way to my chest. Just for those of you who want to pick a bridle lane. When you sit straight up in your saddle, you should be able to touch your chest with it if you have a one-piece rein that goes around to the other side. And make sure you can touch your chest with it. And on this big horse, I haven't been on him yet, but I'm sure I could do it. But I don't need that, but I would recommend that. Now, see what he's doing? He's getting more comfortable every time with that bridle. There we go. I still haven't done anything else with it other than just shake it, act like a fool, scream, get him to stay there. I'm coming up to the side a little closer, making all that racket. Oh, he doesn't know about that yet. That's a place I haven't been. That shows you how reactive he is. I can't get on his side with the bridle. So I kept working that. Well, after I did that for a while, now I'm going to approach and retreat, tie him up. I'm going to approach and retreat. I'm going to, just like I did with the halter, slip it up over his nose, and kind of get his nose in it, and I'm going to pull it back away. Because you notice I could rub it on it earlier. Now I got to work on being able to pull the halter up his nose. I'm going to pull him up here for you. Rub him with the bridle. You see I can rub it away. Even after I put it on his nose, I'm going to rub it away. And I rub it up his neck. I rub it over his head. I want to rub it everywhere. So he's used to me rubbing that bridle everywhere. Approach, retreat. This is the first time he's ever had a bridle on his nose, right here. So there, I pull it on. I don't worry about the bit yet. I just pull it up like over his nose so he gets used to a rein and a bridle and a headset all coming at him. Now I'm going to make it bigger because it isn't big enough that I can pull it up to his ears, but I want it a little big. So I'm going to extend this bridle all the way out. Going to pull it over his nose, pull it up to his mouth, pull it up on his eye, and I'm just going to hold it there. No, it's not on. It's not in his mouth. I'll show you how to, we're going to teach him how to take a bit here in a minute. And I'll show you that. I'm just getting him used to having a bridle. Somebody put a bridle over his face. This horse, when he came, like I said, you couldn't put a halter on. And he's the same way. He wouldn't let you put a bridle on, I'm sure. So I introduced him to the bridle. Approach and retreat. I rub it away. I rub it away. I rub it away. I'm just going to relax him and rub him and make it all go away by rubbing him. See, I'm rubbing it up on his ears, rubbing it on his head. I'm just holding it there. See, it's not killing him. He's nervous as heck because I got a bridle up on his ear. Oh, that's just driving him nuts. But I'm just going to sit there till he relaxes. What are the signs of relaxing? I don't. Yeah, everybody says you licking the lips, cocking their hoof. You know when a horse relaxes. You really do. I don't look for those type of signs too much. You can tell in their attitude and in their demeanor when they relax. Yeah, I retreat it, come and approach it again. And some of those signs are good. I'm not saying that whatever works for you. But you can tell when a horse relaxes. When they're stiff and their feet are just braced and their head's way up in the air and they're pulling back on the rope and their ears are back, they're not relaxed. His head's up a little bit because this is new. See how high he's carrying his head? He's not relaxed there. His ears move a little bit, but he's not fighting either. So as long as he's not fighting, I have to push him a little bit harder. Up over his nose again, up over his eye again. Get him used to me lifting him. Rub it a little bit, jingle it up there a little bit. He's not used to it jingling up there. Approach and retreat. Reach up underneath. See, I reach up underneath, act like I'm going to put it in his mouth, get him used to me handling the chin strap and things around his mouth and put it in the right place. I think he's done really well for him today for his first exposure to a bridle. And people go, well, God, I can put a bridle on in a day. Oh, I could slam it on him. That's not my point. I want the people that I train the horse for to put the bridle on. I want others. I want him to get used to it. I want it to become so simple it's too easy. When I was a kid, I put bridles on, and boy, I had horses I fought to put bridles on. It drove me nuts because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't take the time. Now I just walk away and I leave the bridle in the saddle pad. He hasn't seen a saddle pad, and I love it that he just come up and smell it. He's choosing to come up and figure it out. I'm not approaching it to him. I'm letting him approach the saddle pad and the bridle. First time he's ever seen a saddle pad. And guess how he's going to react with the saddle pad? Yeah, you know. Because it's different. It's new. But notice when it's just sitting next to him, I'm okay with him coming up, smelling the bridle and the saddle pad, smelling the other horses it's been on, figuring it out. And I don't mind putting something new out there and letting them introduce themselves to it. That's a good tool. But that saddle pad that he's kissing right there, and he's licking and trying to understand and smelling, it'll be very scary to him in a minute. So now that I've let him come up and smell it, I'm going to come and start introducing to a bit. So I just have a bit, just a straight bit, because it's easier than putting a snaffle in his mouth the first time. I do like riding on a snaffle. We'll talk about that later. But see how scary that bit is? He's already backing way away. So I'm just going to hold it up to his mouth. I'm going to hold it there and let him smell it. I'm going to let him feel it, and I'm going to take it away. I'm not trying to put it in his mouth. Oh, no, he don't like it. I'm just trying to put the yoke around his nose. He's getting too far back, and I've trained him. If I go to your back end, your relief's up here, buddy. And he's getting good at that, knowing where his relief point is, which is good. And you'll see that I use that. Now I'm going to approach with that scary bit. Oh, look at him kick that away. Oh, look at him kick that away. He's not used to something touching up into his mouth like that, or me shoving something in his mouth. I might as well be me. So I'm going to just keep approaching him with it, working it with it, working it with him. When he holds still, I take it away. When he comes down, I take it away. Remember, he learns by release of pressure. So I'm pressuring him with it, and I'm releasing pressure. I'm pressuring him with it, and I'm releasing the pressure. And I'm getting him ready to take the bit from the bridle. Now, approach, approach. There, he smells it. Approach, pressure, 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 wherever his head goes. And I take it away when he stops. Pressure, 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 pressure. Take it away when he stops. Pressure, 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 pressure. I'll follow your nose. You can jerk. You can do whatever you want. You can be. I'm going to hold it there till you hold still, and then I'll take it away. There. Pressure, 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 pressure. Oh, I like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to reward him for it. I'm going to give him some oats. So when his horse come, he wouldn't eat any oats or grain. And I'm getting him hooked on him slowly. I love giving rewards. I really do. And I do this more with bits, give rewards with bits and bridles than I do anything else. But there he goes. He let me hold it. So what am I going to do? And I also do this with lariat. Same thing. Catching a horse, I teach him the same way with the lariat as I do with this bit. Lariat comes to his head, comes forward, comes more forward until I can put it over his ears, and then I give him grain. Then I take it off. And pretty soon they'll self-catch. And here now, he's letting me hold the bit up to him. Now he's going to let me put it in his mouth here pretty soon. There we go. He opened his... Nope, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. There, he let it go in his mouth. So guess what he gets? So here's the horse that wouldn't even let me bring a bit to his face. And in this much time, I'm putting the bit in his mouth. He's opening his mouth for me. Hold hold it there. I hold it there till he bites the bit. I hold it there till he accepts the bit. I hold it there till he accepts it. The minute he accepts it, I take it out. There we go. I hold it there until he accepts it. Now, how many of you try to put a bit in their mouth the first time with the full bridle on? Not me. I love this method. There he's accepting it. I'm holding it in his mouth. Holding it in his mouth. Holding it in his mouth. Working around his mouth a little bit. And sometimes, there we go. Now he took it. He was really good. And I'm going to reward him. So here's a horse that I couldn't put a bit in his mouth. And now, I couldn't get a bit close to his face, to his nose. And now I can walk right up, put it right in his mouth. There we go. Kept it in there longer. Now we're rewarding for it. You don't always have to use moving your feet as your punishment. Sometimes you can go the other way and do a reward like this. And as they get going, I will do more rewards when I can. And then they become my buddy too. I hate sticking my thumb up their mouth and squeezing to get the bit in, all the tricks. I'd just rather hold the bit up, their bridle up there, and have them open up, take it. And this is how I get it done. Yeah, people say, "Well, it's not worth the time, Bruce. Just shove it in. Stick your thumb in their mouth, and they'll open up." And I'm like, "How would you like somebody to train you that way? Stick a thumb in your mouth to teach you to eat? That's not what they did. If your mom when you were a baby, stuck her thumb in your mouth to make you open up before she shoved the bottle in, you'd regret wanting the bottle." People are, "I like this, don't work, this don't work." I'll show you here in a bit how well this does work. Getting towards the end of this video and the lesson, there's a few more minutes going on, and we'll go through some things a little bit fast. But I just want to show you how much more he's advanced. So, he's letting me stay there and actually work. I'm starting to be able to work drills next to him, and now he's getting tired of it. Remember I said he gets tired of things fast? Now he's getting tired of the bit. So I got to do it long enough till he gets tired of it. So he's getting tired of the bit. Yeah, he'll do it once or twice, and if I just walk away, I have to do it till he gets tired of it, and he gets up. But you notice he's not kicking at me when he's getting tired anymore. He's not getting hyper when he's getting tired. Now I'm going to first introduce him to the blanket. And you will see how crazy he is with this blanket. And I'm going to have to go back and do some other methods, but I approach and retreat. Even though he came up and smelled it, you see he doesn't like it. It's something new. But I use the same method. Always approach and retreat. Approach and retreat. Approach and retreat. Just have patience. Everything you bring out to a horse like this is new. See how he backs up? I walked towards his rear end there for a reason. Why? Because I knew he'd step back up. That's his relief. If I walk towards your rear end, I want you to step back up. And I use that many times. And see how he's pulling back? All of a sudden, he's gone to his full reactive state. So I step towards his rear end, and he goes. And that's kind of the end of the first time I did a blanket training. Now I'm going to go back and show you now how easy it is to get him to accept the bit that I showed you. This is the next day after I did the bit training yesterday. I hold the bit. He goes right on, puts his own mouth on it, rips it out of my hands, and I get rewarded. So from yesterday to introduce him to a bit to all of a sudden, it's his idea to grab the bit so he can have a treat. That is the proof. You want to do it? There you go. Do it. Look. So he remembers and he's learning. He's starting to figure it out. I would like a horse that would just reach over and grab the bridle and grab the bit from you. Yeah, I know nobody would. Yeah, here he comes. Here he comes. Here, yeah, I want that bit. Thank you, sir. So what do I give him? Yeah. Oh, I'm getting old. Drop the bit. My bad. But rewarding. So here has a horse I couldn't get a bit to his nose, and now I just hold it there and he comes over and takes it from me. Now the next day here again, I'm going to go back to blanket training. You know, yesterday I worked on the one side. Now I got to work on the other side. I get a lot of. I had to quit last night. You know, snow, working in the snow, mud, muck. I will ground train a horse in the snow and the mud, but I'll never get on a horse in the snow. It's just too slick and they fall. I wait the first time before I get on them. To get in the snow, it's got to be dry. Approach and retreat. He's forgotten all about it. And I'll do both sides, but you won't see all that. I'm just going to show you this side. Approach and retreat. Patience. Checking the camera here, sorry. But it also gives him a break. But I look when I walk back up after doing that, how excited he got. Saw the movement, saw the steps, so I'm going to rub it away. Going to rub it away and let him step up to his relief spot there. He's getting better at that. Rub it away. You're close, you can hear him snort there. That's the snort he always used to do. Oh, steamer's back. And that's how he gets excited. That's how I know he's nervous, is that snort. So I'm going to just keep approaching, retreating, approaching, retreating. Rub it away. Little George Thorogood going on again. But who do you love? Yeah, I can't sing. I was the only one that got kicked out of the primary choir. It was a 11. All the kids are singing, and I get kicked out of the primary. They wouldn't let me sing. Now you see how reactive he is all of a sudden? That is how he is. But notice where he came back. What I liked about that, he knows instantly. I didn't have to get after his rear end. He came right back, and I yell at him and let him know that's not good. There, now I'm going to go back to approach and retreat. Now he's getting a little excited, so I'm yelling at him. I'm telling him to whoa, whoa, slow down. I'm just going to do the air. I'm just doing the air. I'm not touching you. Days and the hours of this to get him settled down with a blanket. Imagine trying to put a saddle on him. Yeah. Take your time. Use the methods of approach and retreat. Use the methods that sensitize, desensitize, walk away. There he goes. Where do I go? I go to his butt. Now he's getting excited. I go right to his butt. I go to his butt on this side. I get after him. I get after him. There. Now when there's release of pressure, when he's back where I had him, he's getting better at that. That's the release of pressure. Remember, I told you he's a reactive horse. He's a reactive horse. Just unfortunately, all the video night videos of all these bad experiences you don't get to see. But that's part of training. But the problem is he's starting to learn to figure it out. But he'll keep doing this for a long time in different spots. It just takes time to work through. Now I'm going to rub it away again. Rub it away. Now he's getting excited. I'm telling him to ho, woo, woo, tell him to slow down. I love how he froze there. He's going, okay, yeah, I know. I want to, but I know I shouldn't. Now I'm going to take the pressure off because he stood still. Now I'm going to come back up. I'm just doing the air. Just hold it there. Take the motion out. I know he's hot. See his ears spin back? I know he's hot. Look how those ears are. He wants to go. He's dying to go. He needs to go. You want to say signs of a horse not relaxed? There it is. Now that ear moved. Aha! He smelled it. I'm going to walk away. He was dying to pull back and rear again. Now he's looking at me. I like that. Rub it away. I got the wind going out there and the snow and going pretty good now. Yeah, I'm a fool. I love it. Doesn't bother me to be out in the cold. Some of these tapes have been at 10 degrees. Now he's pulling back, so what am I going to do? I'm going to put energy. I'm not going to back off. I'm not going to back off. I'm not going to back off. There. Now I'm going to back off. Don't take the pressure off when they get crazy. Now, you can't do that right at the bat. You'll break every lead rope you ever have. And I've broken a few. I broke one with him. But I like that. Now he stepped up to me. He approached me. Now he came to me this time. Now he's trying to figure it out. He stepped to me. Now I'm going to rub it away. Now I'm getting excited, but notice how he wasn't bad. Notice how he wasn't as bad. I'm putting the energy back in him. Now come to me. He turned his head to me. I like that. Now I'm going to walk away. I don't want to quit in a spot like this. I want to wait till he's calm. So if I have to go back and just rub the nose all day, I'll do it all day long until he just forget going to his side. Let's go back to his nose where he's comfortable. Backtrack a little bit. See, he doesn't like that side, doesn't like that neck. But notice he's not moving. He's not backing off. Now he stood still. I'm going to walk away. I rub it a little bit. He's still way too reactive, and so there's some drills I was doing at night with him with uh, a bag on the end of a stick, and I'll come back to those here in a bit. But you just have to keep working those. Approach and retreat. Sticking a bag is a very good way to help him be not so reactive. But even though he's seen the stick and string or the bag before, even though I bring out a blanket, it's different. It's not the same. The key is getting him to stand still when I put the pressure on that side, right? That and retreat. Come in, rub it away. I love it. Now he's getting excited. I'm going to put energy in him. I'm going to put energy with the blanket. Tell him to quit it. I'm going to put energy. I'm make him figure it out. There, he figured it out. I'm going to stop. I'm I don't want him to get relief by yanking and going away. I get more excited if you notice when he does that. Oh, I love how he wanted to follow me there. I love that. I love that. See that? That's what I'm looking for. Now, he says, I want it up here. I don't want it on my side. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'm safe up here. Okay, I'll give it to you up there. Now he's thinking again, are you going to go to my side? Yep, I am. Ah, fun stuff. Good stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. It's not magic. See, he wants to go. His ears are pinned back. He's thinking about it. So I'm just going to hold him, hold him, hold him, hold him, hold him, hold him. Person who moves first loses. Okay. Person who moves first loses. Person who moves first loses. He's moving first. He loses. I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to him. Keep the pressure. There we go. Walk away. Approach and retreat. I love that. See, he wants to come to me. He wants to figure it out. So I'm going to rub it away. I'm going to ask him. He's still a little nervous because I got him hot. Let's go back to his T-spot. Let's rub him away. Let's go back to his eyes. Rub him away. Things he's used to. Things we've done for calming. To rub it all away. But notice how where I'm holding the blanket. I've got it down in my left hand rubbing it away, so it's not a threat, but it's still close to him. Now I'm going to put it on my chest. Come in a little bit front again. Now. Tell him to hold it. I still got to hold that pressure. I can't give up. Can't give up anymore. There. I got to hold that pressure. He hates this side. I got to hold that pressure. He did better on the other side. There we go. I'm touching him. Oh, he's just having a heart attack. Oh, he's having a heart attack. But I touched him with it. Now I'm going to walk away. This horse is so reactive. Everything you do just takes time and patience. He wants to be good, but he has a huge heart, but he's scared of everything. And that's just, experience of spending time with him and taking the patience. You know, it's one thing my dad always used to tell me growing up: slow down, don't get in a big hurry, slow down, slow down. So I try to really slow down sometimes, and I don't think you can go too slow. Uh, you build stepping stones, stepping blocks one at a time, and that's what it takes with a horse like Blue. And yeah, he will go forward, he will go backwards. There are days you'll walk out here and you think, oh, he's got everything down, and then the next thing you know, he gets a little reactive, and you're like, okay. And he reminds you that. So what you have to do as a trainer is always anticipate. He might have a bad day, and you need to watch for that and stay safe. And you'll see that through this series. There's times that he'll react when I think he shouldn't, but you have to remember they're an animal. So I just keep working him, rubbing him, retreat. You hear him snort. That's his classic sign. I can tell when he's nervous. He's snorting. There we go. Just rub it, rub it. Be gentle. My goal is I want him to be able to stand still no matter what I bring to him, no matter what I approach him with, what I scare him with. I do want to give him heart attacks, but I want to do it under control. I don't want to hurt a horse. I don't want him yanking too hard on the rope. If he's tugging too hard, I got to back down. I got to release the pressure. I got to step back. But also, if I don't push hard enough, he won't learn. Um, you got to try new things. And I'm going to tell you right now, if one technique isn't working, go to another. You could do the same thing out in the middle, and every time he runs off, round pen him. I do that sometimes. I don't like to do it all the times because it just takes too much time to bring him back in. But if I can get him, when he's tied up, you notice how much rein I give him a lot of latitude. He's not tight, but I want him to understand standing still is the solution on everything, no matter how scared or how frightened you are. Love him, rub it away, love it, rub it, rub it. You know, you as a person can be the relief point for him. That's how you connect. That's how you bond. It's crazy. This horse, every new thing I bring out, every new color, he's been that way all the way through. I might have desensitized hair number 57, but I missed 58 and I skipped to 59. And one day I hit 58. So here we're going to go. He's still getting pretty rank. So I want to go back to my stick and string with my bag. A bag is a great thing. Horses are very reactive to a bag. I cut a hole, excuse me, I cut a hole in the bottom of the bag so it doesn't blow up like a balloon. I can move it faster. But I'll approach and retreat with a bag. And I'm just trying to get the space. I'm trying to get the air around him back to being still. He's been calmer. Now he's getting a little reactive, so I got to bring him back, and I got to keep backing up. If you find yourself onto the next exercise or to the next stage, don't be afraid to go back if they get sticky. Go back and readdress that. You might have to readdress it one, two, three, four times. I want this horse so that if he was mine, which he's not, I could put an elk on him, I could pack on him, I could do whatever I want, I could move. I have these gorgeous aluminum kitchen sets that I pack in on, but the pans rattle in them. And this horse, if that pan was rattling or that shiny kitchen set was on his back, he couldn't handle it. I want to get my horses tame. Why? For safety. Why? Mine? No, yeah, but not as much as his. You see him react, so what do? I raise the energy level till he stands still. He started reacting, I raised the energy level. The energy goes away when he behaves. When he doesn't behave, I raise the energy. I don't back off the energy. Otherwise, I'm going to teach him every time you don't want it, raise the energy, and I'm going to back off. I do just the opposite. You do something I don't want, I'm going to get more excited just like you are till you calm down, and then I'll back off. So work the air, work the space. Baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps. Have patience. Listen to your music. Watch the snow. Nice cool breeze going out here. A little bit of snow. It's okay. I actually don't mind working when it's cold. I can put more coats on. I can't take too much off in the hot summer. But I do say they learn quicker in the hot summer because they run out of energy faster. This coolness uh, puts so much energy into a horse. Many people can't ride the horse on a cold day. Why? They never work it on a cold day. Now I'm being crazy. I'm getting it high, up above their head, high in the air. That's a sensitive spot. Okay, we did it to one side. I'm going to bring it back to the other side because, he wasn't playing with the blanket today, so we're just going to keep going and working the space out. Do it to the other side. Approach, approach, let him smell it. He's backing up. He doesn't like it, so I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to wait for him to relax. I'm a little closer. He's not relaxing. He's not relaxing. He's not relaxing. He's wanting to tilt his head out, but he held it long enough. I'll take the pressure off. If he holds still 5, 10, 15 seconds, then I'll eventually take the pressure off. Keep working the space. There he goes. What am I going to do? Shake it as you're in. Get some excitement. Shake, 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 shake. Put him back where he belongs. Ah, then I'll relieve the pressure. Then I'll go right back to desensitizing. Approach. Ah, shake, 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 shake. Yeah, see? Retreat. This horse is really hard to get used to things. He's very reactive. He gets very nervous. He gets very hot. I'll give you a hint. There's a video coming up where he totally regresses, and you'll see. You guys haven't had a chance to see how excited he really gets because a lot of times when I did it, it was night. And you'll finally get an opportunity that he'll show you how much fun he likes to have. So keep searching the videos. I'll tease you a little bit. There will be a video coming up where he will let you know what he's made out of. And I finally got done video because, nope, I'm not the greatest video guy in the world. Heavens. I don't know how to run the rubber tube and put things up on the rubber tube. I'll tell you, there's two things in life I really love, and that's work with animals. The other's playing with my grandkids. My granddaughter was here this week, and we watched some horse videos and movies that were cheesy, and she was making fun of the plot, the theme, and guessing it right, and I had to laugh. But that's the time it takes to spend is when I can spend time with the horses, when I can spend time with my grandkids. I got two great grandsons, two great granddaughters, and then another granddaughter from my other daughter. It's just heaven. People get all tied up in politics and all this, and I made a mistake the other day. I got on the radio and called into one of the talk shows, and why did I do that? It doesn't do any good. Okay, now shake, 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 right? Keep working. Shake, shake, shake. Stand still, hold still, hold still. And sometimes if I get too close, back up. Back up. Don't put the pressure so close. There, stops when he holds still. But I called into this radio station and they were talking about some things that went on. And I don't even want to get into what went on, but people are so afraid that they're not going to be heard. They're not going to do what's right. And if you have that much time, go get you a horse like this. This is where I get my energy out. So if you get all upset over what's going on and you want to go protest and you want to be this bad guy and you want to do everything, go get you a horse. Put your time where it belongs. You don't have enough time to worry about things. You're not busy enough, heavens. So get your horse. See, it just takes time. It takes patience with this thing. Approach and retreat, yeah, and they hate bags. I love bags. Bags are a good tool. I use them a ton. I use them to desensitize them. I use them to sensitize them. I use them to sensitize their back when I try to get ready to ride him. You'll see that. Now I'm going to go back to the sensitizing with the whip, and I'm going to make some energy with it. I want him, and it takes weeks after weeks, but I want him to be able to stand still when I'm out there moving things and jumping. The time to do this is when nobody's on his back. A lot of people want to desensitize while you're riding. That's when you're going to get hurt. That's when you're going to come off. I'm putting my grandkids on horses. I don't want them to have any issues. I'm putting my backpack. When I pack in an elk hunt, my food, my sleeping bag, everything I have to keep me safe for the couple weeks I'm up in the wilderness is on that horse. And I've had train wrecks where we've lost it all. And I had horses go off through the pines until they ripped the pack clean off their back. And I've learned that that's not the situation I want to get into. So the time I want to do that is now. I want to get him used to that on the ground. Now I'm going back to his feet. I've been working his feet a lot. He's very sensitive on his feet. He'd kick at me if I get anything at his feet. He'd kick at the whip. And so I use the whip. I'll let him kick at the whip. I don't want to use my hands. I don't want him kicking at my hands. I don't want him kicking at my head. This horse will kick. This horse will rear. Now I did the whip on one side. I'm going to come back to the whip on the other side. He's going to think I'm nuts. He's going to think I'm on crack. I want this horse to think I am totally insane, which I am. I'm an old man. I'm crazy. I'll do anything. And I'll use any pressure I have to make him think I'm crazy if he's not moving on. We'll have a meeting of the minds. We'll have that understanding. Now I'm going to rub it away. Rub it away. I'm going to rub it away on his feet. Going to rub it away on his back feet. You get out there, you can tell dad jokes. I love to tell dad jokes. When my granddaughter was here the other day, she sat there and read us riddles all day long and made us answer the riddles. And she thought that was hilarious that she had her little phone and could come up with all these riddles. And so my wife and I sat there and spent the day with her. And there's just nothing better than her mom calls and says, "You want to come home?" And they say, "Can I stay with the grandparents a little bit longer?" Because, cherish that time because they don't do that very often. And time comes that they're too busy for you. She's getting up there, 13, 14, and I have an old one. It's grandson at 16, and it's just when they get older, they get the less time they have for you. So I just cherish that time. I really do. If you get upset at work, if you get upset in life, uh, I got a boss who loves to analyze. He really wants to have mental. I won't say what I normally use, but he gets into these mental phases where he wants to analyze the meaning of life and everything, and deep thinker and deep thoughts, and I really enjoy that. But if you really want to know the meaning of life, come out here, work with a horse, go find you one like this that needs more attention than you can give it. And I'm going to tell you, it's rewarding. You want to know what rewarding is when I see this horse get better and better and better. And same with my horses. Just take the time. I know I promised you a half hour I'd be done, so we're going to get close to wrap this session up. Uh, Continue to watch Blue. Continue to see how he does. Uh, I'm taking the time to just brutally show you the hard work it takes on a horse that most people wouldn't even spend the time in. Watch all the videos. I don't know how long they're going to be, but you can watch them. You can watch parts. I really don't care, but they're here for you. They're here to show you that it can be done and we can get steps. And we're just going to see how far we can take Blue. Because I'm going to be honest, this is a horse that you will see that most people will not touch and would not put the work into. But to me, he's worth it. So you guys stay safe with your horse out there. Do the things you should be doing. Um, Love them, enjoy them for you horse lovers out there. Take care. Keep looking for all the other videos. Crank your tunes, crank your music, and put the time in it takes. And I enjoy the time you spent watching. So I'm just going to rub him down and at the end here, turn him loose. So you guys have a great day. And I'm just going to see how he's doing on the lariat real quick. Yep. At the end of the session, I always test him out a little bit. You see, I want to be able to catch my horse. So I'm testing there again. So go back to some of your drills, whether it's flexing or whether it's testing, depending where you're at. Here's my catching drill, and always end with something like that when I do my sessions. So have a great night, have a great weekend wherever you're at, and enjoy.